let's go on to the next set of monkeys.
Well, I also have one little tip to point about Diddy Kong. Despite some of his flaws and positives and such, he actually has quite a lot of positive reception by the fandom.
Yeah, Diddy's actually if you put the show aside and remember Diddy for what he is and the other stuff, like a lot of the games and things, he's a well-notable character. Oh, he's even a kind of a trademark character because of his traditional Nintendo hat he normally wears.
Pretty much.
By the way, this episode is not sponsored by Nintendo, but hey, Nintendo, if you're watching, if you want to sponsor us, give us a call.
We wouldn't say no.
We're willing to do this. Just give us a call.
I mean, we will review your games. We'll be like the angry video gamers.
Moving on.
Go on to Funky.
Okay, he's basically the local vehicle merchant / airplane pilot. He often talks about karma. He's lazy as hell, doesn't like adventure, and definitely doesn't like fighting the Kremlings. And usually is everything to Diddy and Donkey Kong, pretty much. Oh, and in the games, he was an arms dealer.
Yes, he was, actually. In the Donkey Kong 64, he was actually a guy who would sell Donkey Kong and the rest of his crew some weapons to fight the Kremlings and King Koopa. Not King Koopa. King K. Rool in his army. My bad, I almost called him. But we'll worry about who that guy is later. But yeah, Shut up. Shut up before I excavate you out of here. Anyway. Thing is about Funky, he really hasn't been known for fighting. The only other time I remember he was fighting was when he was in that additional expansion on that game called Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, where he was a playable character, and he fights while riding on a surfboard. Speaking of Funky Kong, I forgot to mention, he's, if you can't tell by his voice tone with the clips crosses put in, he's very Jamaican.
Oh, listen to Funky, cause my words ring true. Rabba, seba, labba, labba, loba. If you wanna get a monkey off your back, let him save your life and you'll be even. It's as simple as that.
Sort of, yeah. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but somehow it's weirdly fitting in a twisted way.
To be honest, I feel like they were trying to go for a surfer dude person because he's literally talking like how a surfer person would. But they kind of went to a weird voice tone for him.
Yeah,
at least that's my opinion.
What does one say to that? But anyways, ladies, your thoughts on Funky?
Not that I can think of.
No, not really.
I mean, Funky's just kind of there in my book. That's all I can say about him.
like he's just there. And
to be honest, a lot of characters were just there because most times it's mostly Diddy and Donkey who do the action, but they only tend to get involved unless something major happens that involves
like a supporting character.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Speaking of supporting characters, let's talk about the old man himself, Cranky.
Oh, this ought to be a treat. He's basically a grouchy old gorilla. He breaks the fourth wall repeatedly with his insults and comments, mostly in the games, of course. He was originally planned to be Donkey Kong's grandfather. He's bitter and angry pretty much 24/7. And basically, he makes potions, because why not? He's also senile as hell in the animated series.
It isn't over until it's over.
At least this conversation's over.
And also, he's also been known for doing a lot of stuff back in his time, especially when he was, this is a little spoilery, but not too much, but he was one-time friends with King K. Rool, and apparently they both did some intense extreme sports together.
Well, shit, they were bros once?
Yes, there was an actual episode of that. You probably don't remember it much, since it's been a while, but yeah. The only time, and other than that, Cranky's maybe old, but he may be an old grouch, but he's definitely lived a long life where he knows what's up and up, and he may not know everything and stuff, but he knows life from himself or experience. So if anything, he may be harsh with some teachings, but what I can tell from Cranky, he's definitely given Donkey Kong a good experience, because he definitely could tell, even though Donkey Kong's an idiot, he's the only hope that Konga Bongo has.
I mean, do you want to run before you walk?
You're right.
Then he wants Donkey Kong to, reach his full potential.
Exactly, because Cranky ain't going to be around forever.
Pretty much. I do have to point something out, though, and this is purely observation, but Cranky reminds me a little bit much of Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures, in all honesty. Just,
Oh.
more cranky.
Well, as long as Cranky doesn't tell any boys to seal up his holes in the roof from God so he doesn't see his sins.
You assholes! That roof protects my sins from God!
But,
Quick, the Lord is watching.
Oh my god.
Cranky is definitely like Uncle. It's probably because they both have experience in life where they can teach.
Imagine if they
like,
met.
I'm pretty sure it'd just be an old man argument. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
Zammy, Crossy, your thoughts on Mr. Cranks?
Nah.
Not really.
Yeah, again. You guys got it covered. We're just relaxing here.
Honestly, I'm still kind of out of my depth with this series compared to Justin and Zammy and you to a degree, Hun, so...
To be honest, we try to give much, but literally if we go too much information-wise about them, it will most likely connect to the video game, which we're trying not to do. We're trying to focus on the main show here.
Yeah,
Which is difficult.
Which is why we try to keep it brief with Donkey Kong and Diddy, because literally I had to help Hazard with the research where he accidentally almost caught in one of the other Donkey Kong battlers, which wasn't even a show, which was Chunky Kong, and he was a 64 version.
Pretty much.
And Tiny Kong and
Yeah.
Lanky Kong and all the other Kongs.
Exactly. So
Probably don't
I
know
really,
the plot.
so we really had to try to keep. So while we had to do the research, it wasn't I'm not saying it wasn't an easy one. It was a tad difficult because most of the Donkey Kong, most of the characters just relate to the game series itself more than the show because they're multiple characters.
That
So
was
if any-
genius.
So if these informations about characters seem brief, it's mostly like we said, we're most likely trying to go from the show itself, not the games. Because
Yeah.
if we were gonna go by the games, then maybe. But given how we're working on the show, we're just keeping it chill a bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of chill, there's only a few characters left, and I'm worried about one of them. So let's go into the positive one. Candy Kong.
Candy. Oh boy. Donkey Kong's girlfriend, basically.
We shall shower her with coconut cream pies.
God damn it!
Oh my god!
Love is stronger than a golden banana.
Bonk.
Shut up! You duct tape you two together. I swear to God.
She has a comparison to the game. She has a very different appearance. She usually provides instruments for DK to use. Works for Bluster Kong at a barrel factory and very short-tempered.
The one on your head, you baboon! Our date's off. Don't call me, don't drop by.
Ever.
And this is shown when she basically has blown up at Donkey Kong for one reason or another throughout their relationship.
Yeah. Basically, like, they have their moments together and stuff, but, Candy's not that much noticeable. Like, she's got a lot of appearances and stuff, and there are times where she's made her appearance in the episodes, but most times it's either just to be on a date with DK or she just gets involved in a certain situation. For example, that one episode where Bluster tries to make a move on her and stuff about marriage, and she literally popped the question to DK and shit, and that went awry.
Oh God.
Yeah, because it went in awkward conversation because she was almost. It's not that she didn't love him; she was just mostly trying to get away from Bluster.
Remember, kids, no means yes, and yes means no. No, wait.
In what universe?
Two things. One, this isn't opposite day. And two, if you're going to try to do a joke, think before you hurt yourself and then try to say it, because you were clearly stuttering there.
Yes means no, and no means yes.
When she says yes, 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 it means no, no, no.
Right, moving on. And no, I do not condone that joke. Ladies, your thoughts on Candy Kong?
Big titted Sasquatch, look at that.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I knew you'd make that reference. I knew you'd make that reference! I knew it!
Anyway, shut up for a second. Sammy,
But all in all, she's not that bad of a character. She has her moments.
if it involves giving Donkey Kong any type of information or a helping hand or that random proposal episode.
In other words, she's DK's ride or die.
Yeah. She loves him despite all his faults, but I feel like the biggest fault that Donkey Kong's ever had was when King K. Rool made a fucking robot replica of her and shit, and he could not tell the difference.
I like where this is going.
She isn't even real! You don't want to mess with that old bag of bolts, DK. Lies! She's the faker. Look at her milkers! They're made of metal!
And I'll start by slamming you.
What's wrong with you?
No need to get hostile. My libido is wild. I can keep this up all night. Ow!
And that's where we put them that duct tape.
Consider the house rocked.